How are you, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining me for another math lesson with Miss Wilfred. Today, what I would like to do is go over something called percent change. This week, we was talking about percent increase as well as percent decrease, but I would like us to look at it a little bit further to practice and gain a little bit of a mastery of the skill. So the worksheet that we're going to see today is a mix of problems. Some are increase, some are decrease, and I'm going to once again walk you through how to calculate percent increase and percent change for these particular problems. Right? If you're joining me on Google Classroom, click on the link that takes you directly to the worksheet. If you have the packet in front of you, look along with me as we dive into 6.4b. As usual on our worksheets, it starts off by having you complete a bell work. There are 4 problems here, and what I'd like you to do is, on the lines provided, indicate whether or not these 4 scenarios are increase, decrease, or both. So take a moment, pause the video, and do that now. All right. I'm hoping that you was able to look at the worksheet and identify whether or not these were increase or decrease. I'm going to quickly go through them to tell you what you should have wrote that would be correct here. So for A, you should notice it goes from $100 to $59. That means it is decreasing. I'm just going to abbreviate that. Whereas in B, you should notice it goes from 324 people to 549. That is an increase in people. The DVD, you should see it says $219, but then it says something called sales tax. And for C and D, I want to know if you can understand what sales tax and discount mean. And I just want to quickly, I'm going to tell you this means it's actually increasing. Whereas in D, it's both decreasing and increasing. Okay. Now, why did I write that? Why did I tell you that C is increasing and D is increasing and decreasing? There's something about sales tax here, and there's something about discount. These are words that indicate either decrease or decrease. As the objective of today, we're going to be calculating percent change of different items, but we're also going to be discussing words that indicate increase and decrease. And these are some of those words. The word sales tax indicates that there's going to be an extra money that's added on to whatever you're paying for. So in this case, we're buying a DVD player, but you should know that if there's sales tax that's included, that means that the price is going to be increased. It's going to go up. Whereas in the discount area here, the word discount means actually decrease. It means it's going to be, some money's going to be taking off. However, but if you also notice on these pair of jeans, there is a sales tax as well, which means it will also be increasing. Okay, so take a second to try to remember those words: sales tax, increase; discount, decrease, because they are essential in us being able to calculate percent change for today's worksheet. All right, now let's quickly move on. And we're going to be, just so you know, the essential question is, how do you use percentages to describe change? And these are real world situations. So we're going to look at 4 different problems that I'm going to go through with you to calculate percent change, percent increase, percent decrease, as well as find the new amount of a particular item. If you ever need to go back and remember what sales tax or discount is, there is a visualizing vocabulary section here that should be able to guide you in the right direction. All right. Look at the modeling with me. All right. I want to do modeling A, B, C, and D with you to be able to help you understand how to calculate percent change and find the final price of these items. So the original price here for A is $100 and it goes to $59. What I want to do is say, okay, well, what is the difference in price here? What is the difference in price? So first I'm going to say, what's $100 minus $59? And then because I want to include that original formula, I'm going to put it over the original here, which in this case is just 100. The original here is 100. That's not the case for B, but in this case it is. So what is 100 minus 59? That is 41. And I put that all over its original, which in this case is 100. All right. Now I'm going to divide this, and when I divide it, I end up getting 0.41. 0.41 is the equivalent of 41%. Now you can either do that a number of different ways. You can multiply 0.41 by 100, or you could move the decimal 2 spaces as we have done in class to get the 41%. And that is telling you how much this is decreasing, because we mentioned that in the bell work. This is a decrease situation. It's decreasing by 41%. You could do the same thing with B. Find the difference of the 2 numbers, put it over the original, and then you can multiply this by 100. I believe this is 225 all over 324. And I'm hoping you have your calculators with you so that way you could calculate these answers, right? It would make it a little bit easier for you to do the work. If you want to do long division, feel free. Okay. And turning that into a percent is 69.44%. Okay. Now I want to go over one more problem with you. Now we did talk about sales tax being increased, right? And we talked about discount being decreased. So I'm actually going to do D because it has both decrease and increase here. Original price was $39. I want to deal with the discount first. The discount, I'm going to turn that into a decimal. 0.5 multiplied by the original amount of these pair of jeans is going to give me how much is actually coming off of the pair of jeans. And once again, you should have your calculator in front of you to be able to multiply these numbers. And you'll end up seeing that this is really $5.99 that's coming off. So I'm going to quickly take that off of the original price, okay? And when I take this off of the original price, you'll notice I'm going to end up with $34 here. I'm not done because I do need to add the sales tax. So I'm going to turn the sales tax into a decimal. Multiply that by 34, and that's going to tell me how much I have to add to this new discounted price, which in this case is $1.36. So my new price for these jeans is $35.36. Take a second if you need to, rewind the video, take a second to pause it and reflect and say, how did we do this, okay? I'm hoping that you enjoyed your time. Look forward to teaching you more. Complete the rest of the worksheet. Until next time, have a wonderful day.